Want to know what the Limelight Club is? Which P&O ships have it, how much it is, and what acts perform? Then stick around for the next 10 minutes and we'll tell you exactly all about the Limelight Club. So what is the Limelight Club?
So?
What are you doing? You were good last week. Sorry, Ernest, but Limelight Club is adults only. Ah, that's better. Hello, Rachel.
Good evening.
You look very smart.
Ready for a night out in the Limelight?
Oh, we are. Well, let's go. Let's tell them all about Limelight.
So Limelight is an adult-only experience on board a few of the P&O ships. It is a 3-course meal and it is accompanied by a musician.
Now, Limelight started on Britannia in 2015. This is what it looks like on Britannia. While you take a look at Limelight on Iona, don't forget, if you're enjoying this video, give it a like. And if you love cruise content, press the subscribe button. It's free. Wanted to go to the Limelight. How much would it cost, Rachel?
Good question, Tom.
I'm full of them.
So it ranges from anything from £25 up to £35, and this all depends on the act who you will be seeing on the night.
All right, well, tell us what the acts you may see. You don't find out until 2 weeks before. Of course, you can book 2 weeks before on the website, on your login, but if you want to use your onboard credit, you need to book when you get on board. But there's normally is spaces so you can spend that onboard credit. But back to the acts, so we know it's between £25 and £35. What type of acts could we see on board and have been on recently, and how much will we pay?
We saw Lee Mead, and that cost us £28. You can also see Matt Cardle, he was £35. Ray Quinn,
Oh, yeah.
£35 again. Sonia. Sam Bailey came in at £25, most people were saying. There is a Morecambe and Wise tribute.
There is, and also, they haven't been on recently, but they might reappear. There's For Purpose and the Piano.
Meant to be really good.
Yes, from Graham Norton fame. So as you can see, a real wide range of acts, but most are from the West End, aren't they, singers? Yeah. And they do some theatre shows. A real popular one, and I hope I pronounced this correct, is Levox.
Levox.
Yeah, drag queen artist on there as well. And they're always adding new acts. As you said, you will find out around 2 weeks before what the act is on your nights.
I'm very excited to see who we get on Arvia.
Yes, we have got Arvia cruise coming up, so we're going to find out who exactly we have on our cruise. So first of all, let's head back to when we were on and let's do a review of our night.
Here is the menu that we had on the night we went to Limelight. There was mojito cured salmon, crisp honey glazed Berkshire black ham hock, glazed king oyster mushroom scallops, and then for the mains there was a pan roasted fillet of ground beef, pine nut tapenade crusted lamb rack. There was sea bass, which was served with a gnocchi, and then there was a butternut squash, mushroom and cashew nut spring roll. And then the desserts, as you can see here, there was a dark and white chocolate mascarpone bomba, and then a strudel of pistachio pastry with pine nut and fir tree syrup.
Cool, they really did dress up the what the actual food was, didn't they?
Yeah, they really did.
But what did you think? So this was obviously the start of the service, and then we did have the starters. Rach, what did you think of the starters? What was yours like?
So pre-starter, we actually had a little amuse-bouche, which was a little bruschetta, which was really nice. I had the salmon gravlax, which it was okay. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of salmon, as you can see, and those little cucumber things weren't very good.
And here's me enjoying my mushrooms. You weren't very impressed with these mushrooms.
No, so it said oyster mushroom scallops. Definitely was not that at all. It was basically the stalks of mushrooms that they had just pulled off and then fried them and dressed them up a little bit.
Yeah, I enjoyed the taste, but yeah, I do agree. It was a bit of a bizarre starter, but the taste was quite nice. So after the first course, we did have the band playing. Good house band.
Yeah, no, she had a really lovely voice. So she was actually hosting the evening as well as singing.
Yeah, so you have the host. So you get drinks. You get the host introducing the evening, you then get your starters, you then get the band for a few songs, and then it's on to the main course. What do you think of the main course, Rachel?
Yep, so Tom had the lamb cutlets, as you can see, not a massive size portion.
It was tasty though, I enjoyed that,
yeah.
Really enjoyed that.
And I had the sea bass, which again was actually really tasty. I did really enjoy
that was your favourite bit of the meal, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the only good bit of the meal.
And then I had this, what would you describe as, Rachel?
I don't even know how to describe this. It looked like shredded wheat in, I don't know, disgusting oil.
Well, it didn't look the greatest, and maybe I had a couple of pints of beer by the time I ate this, but I did enjoy it. It had a good taste. It had a really weird texture. You'll see me now, and let's hear it.
It's pistachio, something like that.
As you can hear, it's very, very weird texture. It was a bit like shredded wheat. But once you actually got into it, the taste was really nice. I really like it. You did not like it at all.
I really didn't. And the dessert that I had, I really didn't enjoy either. It was that fake chocolate tasting. It just really wasn't nice. So yeah, Tom got 2 puddings on that night.
I did, and I enjoyed the puddings. But overall, I would say it didn't wow me. I would say about a 7.5 out of 10. I thought that the food could have gone up a couple of notches. It was good, but I think in a place like that it needs to be wowed. Rachel?
I'd actually give it a 5 out of 10. The only part of the meal I actually enjoyed was the sea bass.
What did we think of Lee Mead?
Lee Mead was absolutely fantastic. I remember watching him in the production on BBC for Looking for Joseph, and really liked his voice back then, and he certainly didn't disappoint. He chatted to everybody, he sang loads of West End songs. Yeah, it was really, really enjoyable, yeah. And he had a fantastic voice.
How would you rate the Limelight Club from our experience? And also, how would you rate it from a general experience if you're going to go and see another act, which we are going to do?
I did really enjoy Limelight. As we said earlier, it was really nice to have a date night, just me and you. The atmosphere in Limelight itself, it's really intimate. One thing we haven't actually said is you need to queue up earlier, so you need to get there for...
Top tip, let's have a top tip there.
Top tip. You need to be there from about 6:20 to get in for 7 o'clock, and we had a front row table.
Well, you don't have to, but if you do line up, at the front you have rows of 2 seats of 2, and then you have a few 4s behind. Now, if you'll queue up early, when you come in, you get seated front first, and then you go in the back. And I really think towards the back, you really would not get a very good view.
Yeah, no, and I think if it was just the 2 of you, without sounding awful, but when you've been together for as long as we have, it's just the 2 of you, conversation, I think if you're right at the back of the club, could be a little bit...
And it felt really powerful as well, because his voice, you really felt like you were. Oh, I sound really get into it, 80s style now. But you really felt it, and I think you'd feel really out of it towards the back. If you're a larger group, don't worry about queuing up, because they've only got larger seats towards the rear, so it doesn't really matter. If you're like a group of 6, and you're going in and you've booked your table, don't worry. You book your table, you're going to get a seat. It's not. You know, if you've booked, you're not going to queue up and they're going to say no, you're full. Yeah. You're going to get a seat, but if you want to have a really good seat, then maybe
it's worth waiting the extra time in the queue.
Definitely, if you're a couple or a 4. But yes, just a quick I really liked it. I think the food could go up a notch or 2, and hopefully maybe we've got a different menu when we go on Arvia. I think that will be the thing. But the actual whole concept, really liked it. Would you say it was worth £28?
Yeah, definitely worth £28. Yeah, that's nothing, is it?
No, it's not.
Especially with the entertainment. I mean, it was a really nice experience, and just something a little bit different. Yeah,
perfect for a date night. So just to recap, you can book before, 2 weeks before if you'd like to pay out of your own pocket, on board if you want to pay with onboard credit. It's on every night of your cruise. It normally has, if you're on a 2-week cruise, it'll have 1 act 1 week, and it'll have another act another week. At the end, I've got to mention, the band comes back on and other people can join you. So you can leave, or you can join the other people, you can stay in your seats, or other people can do it. So if you haven't booked Limelight, but you want to go and see the band, then you can do it, and they play to about midnight, I think. So and they were really good as well. So it's a great night. if you have any questions, pop them down in the comments below. If you've experienced Limelight, and what was your favourite act?
Yeah, oh, do you know who I
And what would your dream act? What would your dream act be?
Well, dream act of people that are actually on it, or dream act of anyone I could see.
Well, no, I mean like Elvis, or I don't mean like Coldplay, but I mean like was a possible? Well, I'm sure if they were advertising the real Elvis, you would go and see him, wouldn't you?
Well, I would, because I've never seen someone come back from the dead. Yeah.
There we go. So you would see him.
No, I would really like to see Matt Cardle, so I'm really hoping Matt Cardle will be on when we go on.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a schoolgirl crush on him, so.
Oh yeah, well there we go, you'd be screaming. So thank you very much for watching. As I said, if you have anything to add about Limelight, put them down in the comments. Coming up shortly on the screen, we have our review of Iona.
Oh.
The rest of the review on Iona, so enjoy that. Next week we discover the Conservatory Suite and we have World Europa coming around the corner. Do you have anything more to add?
Happy cruising!